So let's just jump right in. There's this one image from the source material that really sets the scene. It's a dog in Upala, Costa Rica.
I know the one you mean, the Upala Ghost.
Exactly, this dog that just walked the same street every hour, on the hour, not wandering, but searching.
Searching for the owner who abandoned her. It's um it's a haunting way to start, but it's so representative.
It is. She eventually gets adopted after camping out at the local supermarket, but her story is the story of a Zaguate, a stray.
Right, and that's what we're doing today. We're sort of peeling back the paradise image of Costa Rica to look at the reality of its huge dog population.
So let's talk about the scale, because it's hard to get your head around. I was looking at the data from SENASA, their National Animal Health Service.
It's big. We're talking over 1 million stray dogs.
A million in a country with a human population of just 5 million.
Yeah, do the math. That's a 1-to-5 ratio. For every 5 people you pass on the street, there's effectively a homeless dog somewhere.
How does that even happen? For a country that markets itself on, biodiversity and care for nature, it seems like a huge disconnect.
It does, but it's not always about a lack of care. It's a really specific cultural thing. They call them semi-owned dogs.
I read about this. So a family technically owns the dog. They might feed it, but it just roams free 24/7.
Exactly. It's sort of a communal pet. The problem is a roaming dog is a breeding dog.
And that gets compounded by some older ideas, right? Especially in rural areas.
Very much so. There's this lingering myth, a sort of machismo, that sterilizing a male dog is unnatural or that it, robs him of his personality.
So you get this unchecked breeding, and then you add in economic realities. People move, they can't afford the dog anymore, and it gets left behind.
It's a perfect storm. But what's fascinating is how Costa Rica is trying to fix it. You've got these two very different approaches.
Right. You have the government with the stick, the animal welfare law.
Law number 9458. And that was a huge deal. It finally put some real teeth into the rules. We're talking jail time, serious fines for cruelty and abandonment.
But then you have the carrot, the cultural approach, which you could argue is even more powerful.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You're talking about Territorio de Zaguates.
The land of the strays. I just think this is one of the most brilliant solutions I've ever heard of.
It's pure behavioral economics. They have this sanctuary, right, with like 1,800 dogs. And they knew they couldn't just guilt people into adopting a mutt.
So they changed the game. They rebranded them.
Completely. They gave these mixed breed dogs these amazing made-up breed names, like the chubby-tailed German Dobernoser or something.
They made them unique, a limited edition.
Exactly. You weren't adopting a secondhand dog anymore. You were getting a one-of-a-kind. It turned adoption from a charity case into a status symbol.
That's tackling the demand. But what about the supply? The sources also point to the castration movement.
Yeah, the low-cost spay and neuter clinics. This is the structural fix. Groups like AMPA and UP have driven the cost way down.
To what, about 15,000 colognes?
Which is roughly $30. It just completely removes the financial barrier for most people. Responsible ownership becomes accessible, not a luxury.
So all of this, the street life, the struggle, the survival, it forges a certain kind of dog. The term the sources use is a street PhD.
It's such a good descriptor. It speaks to their intelligence. These dogs are smart. They have to be. They're navigating traffic, people, other dogs.
And this is where people come back into the picture with what the research called convenience store kindness.
Right. It's this unspoken social contract.
Right.
You see a dog hanging out at the local butcher or the pulperia, the little corner store. You give it some water, maybe some scraps.
And in return.
In return, you basically got a permanent neighborhood bodyguard. That dog knows you. It watches out for you. It's this symbiotic relationship.
It really complicates the simple image of Costa Rica, It's not just a simple paradise. It's a paradise with this very visible scar.
That's the perfect way to put it. And it forces you to think about their national motto, Pura Vida.
The pure life.
Well, what does that really mean? If it's going to be true, it has to be pure life for everyone. And that includes the million dogs on the street.
It's a million soul search.
It is. And maybe that's the final thought to leave you with.
Yeah.
If you stop thinking of these animals as a pest or a problem to be managed, and you start seeing them as individuals, as these street PhDs, then the solution isn't just about control. It's about recognition. It's about acknowledging that they are part of the Vida too.